So we're a network of advocates, scientists, policymakers, funders. We were founded in 2005. We're based at the AIDS Foundation of Chicago, but we do work on a global level. We have projects in South America, in Africa, and elsewhere. We focus in on rectal microbicides, but we're also vaginal microbicide advocates. We're PrEP advocates. We're advocates of apples, if apples will help prevent HIV. We're really interested in new technologies beyond condoms to help Mr. Condom along. He's sad, he needs some help on the stage. So that's sort of our goal. We formed really because there wasn't a lot of activity, advocacy activity around rectal microbicides. A decade or so ago. It was all vaginal, and if you mentioned rectal microbicides, people thought you were nuts or crazy or both. A lot of people thought I was crazy for years, still do, but there's much more acceptance now around it. So we formed really to try to have the back of scientists who are doing this work and to start to engage communities, because it's really important that communities know about this stuff before it's happening. At this phase where the trials are early, you can really help determine what these products are going to look like. So in the study we're talking about, applying gel before and after sex, I hope to God that isn't how it's going to be in the real world. This is study time. Hopefully we'll get it better. I want to see it be a dabble do you, not some funky applicator. Even though it's not Cirque du Soleil, it's still an applicator. Pop it in like we do with lube, a little more when you need it, a little more when you need it again, and it works. That's where we need to be. And so that kind of feedback, though, to scientists is important. Like, you know what, in the real world, applicators are not a deal. In a study, we have to know exactly how much is going in. We have to go stepwise. But the idea is to go to something that we actually like to use, AKA a lube. So we think if we can make it into a lube and make it as fun and sexy as the things that we have on our shelves all over San Francisco, the sex capital of the world, or one of them, really important. And the other thing that we, feedback early on with scientists was microbicides, not a good word, right? If you can say it, fine. Now a lot of people can't say it. It sounds like it's something that kills weeds in your grass. What's it going to do in my ass? So we want, it's got to be hot, juicy lube, sex lube. We're going to sell it around pleasure and intimacy and fun and love, and it's going to have this little extra special something that also protects against HIV, because we know people don't always want to use condoms. So that's a quick couple seconds on IRMA. And we create materials, we do advocacy actions, we engage, blah, 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 with communities. One of the big things we did in 2012 was create our lovely little 13-minute movie that was just premiered here in San Francisco a few moments ago. It was an enormous undertaking. We did shoot footage in 4 countries, Thailand, Peru, South Africa, and the United States. It's translated into 2 other languages, so there's a Thai version and a Spanish version, and this is because the phase 2 rectal trial that's coming is being tested in Thailand and is also going to be in Peru and Puerto Rico. The video was non-protocol specific, so it didn't talk about a specific trial or specific actions in the trial or specific products, so we hope it will have a shelf life for a few years and can be used, and we expect that if 017 is successful and Al and his team in San Francisco do a kick-ass job and we move to 2B or 3, and you will, that those same places will be sites where we do these expanded trials where we have to actually recruit thousands of people, not hundreds. So the video, a lot of process went into it. We had a video advisory board that helped us develop the script and the style, determine that we were going to do a mix of animation and not. This is really about educating communities and giving communities like their first input into what are rectal microbicides, how do clinical trials work. It's meant to be a place to start conversation, not end conversation. And then we did focus groups. We did a rough cut of the video, and we thought it was really fantastic. And we did focus groups in Thailand and South Africa and Peru and the United States. And guess what? Not everyone loved it as much as we did, and we had to do radical alterations. As we hear in Hollywood all the time, there was someone who ended up on the cutting room floor. We had a character originally who we called Mr. Rectal Microbicide, clever, Mr. Condom, Mr. Rectal Microbicide, who was this sort of awkward, weird, fishy looking thing. People thought it looked like sperm, sort of headless sort of look. Because we don't know what it's going to look like, so we were trying to get across we don't know what it's going to look like. No one liked it. It was really creepy looking. And the voiceover guy sounded like, the guy who did the voice for some reason sounded like the guy who's wearing a long dark coat in the back of the theater going, he just had this really, that might be a turn on for some, but it was sort of off-putting in this video, like why is this creepy, why is rectal microbicide so creepy? It was an English accent too, so it was just off. So we cut him off the floor, we cut him to the floor, we recalibrated a little bit. Rig stuff was always brilliant. We just, finding the most brilliant pieces for him was the hard part because there's all good stuff. And then we released it, we finalized it, came out into the real world sometime end of 2012, and it's on YouTube, so you can go visit there. If you go to our website, rectall-microbicides.org, you can get access to all of these videos in Spanish, Thai, or English. If anyone wants to use this for educational purposes, for a community event, a workshop, anything, to talk about rectal microbicides or just new prevention technologies, we can send you a kind of a digital copy of the file, so you don't have to worry about being connected to the internet. You can put it on your hard drive, your flash drive, and show it wherever. Thanksgiving dinner, it's a great time to have this. And we also, if you are interested, if there are people in the room who do community education and stuff like that, we've created facilitator guides. So we have facilitator guides in the 3 languages. If you're interested, and to kind of help you prepare for a screening. If you're not an expert on rectal microbicides, you don't talk about it every day, you don't say rectum all the time, there's a guide to kind of give you a sense of what's important in the video, some sample questions, how you can use it to your best advantage, and all those things are available for download on our website too.